Welcome to my new project. I want to start off by letting you guys know that I'm going to be trying some new techniques like adding this liquid latex to this MDF butterfly and testing some new products for this project. The purpose for adding the liquid latex inside the wings for this butterfly was to be able to paint the rest of it and not have it get into those sections. Now in hindsight, I probably should have painted the whole thing first and then went back in and did this latex before adding my final colors. Once this all dries, I'll be adding some spray paint. Part 2 of this project, let's see if that liquid latex holds up. I originally wanted the body of this butterfly to be black, but I didn't have any black spray paint left, so this blue will work. But if you saw my stories, you would know that this was the piece I was spray painting when it started to rain, and that left some pieces looking a little bit splotchy. So I splattered some black paint to try and cover some of that up and add some more details. I used this little dotting tool just to add some dots, just for fun. Come back for the next video where I peel up that latex. On to painting the wings. I started by doing a test swatch on the back of the piece, and I definitely needed to add a white primer if I wanted these colors to really stand out. It took me a long time to figure out how I was going to paint these butterfly wings. In the end, what worked best was putting down fresh white so it was still wet, and then using my Arteza markers to add some more color. And once all that was down, I quickly used the same paintbrush I used for the white and blended it all together. Finally figuring out how I wanted to do this took a while, and that's why I'm showing you this technique towards the end of my butterfly wings. Now I sped this video up because this really took me a while. Even though I was trying to work quick so that my paint was still wet, I did add a little bit of water when I needed to, or a little bit more white just to try and keep it blendable. And you'll see in a second that I do add some more of that first color because I feel like the pink was taking over for this piece. For the next step, I will be using something I have never had success with, so fingers crossed, and I'll be able to show you in the next video. Today I'll be using two things that I have never used before. One is the Total Boat UV resin, which I actually won at Workbench, and the second thing is the Orion Glow Powder from Win Modern Art. Now I've tried UV resin in the past, and every time I've used it, it just went horribly wrong. It never really cured right, and it just stayed sticky. Luckily, I didn't have any of those issues with this Total Boat UV resin. As for the process, I mixed in a little bit of the glow powder into the UV resin, and I'm just applying it to these inside pieces of the wings. I would do a few and then cure them and then do a few more. It really took me a while to carefully place the UV resin in all of these spaces. Next, I'll be coating the whole thing with some tabletop resin. And here it is with all the UV resin applied. This is it, the final coat of resin on this butterfly piece. I tinted it just barely with a little bit of pink mix-off and flooded the whole thing and made sure that the sides were evenly coated. I really loved how this one turned out, and it was super fun to try some new techniques and product. And stay till the end of this video because, as promised, I am showing off that glow powder.